Hey, I've been hearing a lot of untrue accusations. You guys think I'm gay. I'm not gay, but my boyfriend is. So lately, mostly this week and last week, there's been a lot of this stuff about bumping. And my channel, and I'm sure other channels as well, have received messages that, you want me to cover the topic. And I don't think this topic is, it's been beaten to death and it's blatantly so stupid that I don't want to do an entire commentary on it. But I put out a little thing on Twitter. It's like a little 200-word tweet about my opinions on it. And I think I put it pretty well, and it's gotten, pretty good responses on my Twitter followers over there. So I'll put a link to that in the description if you want to go check it out and see what I had to say. But that's not what this commentary is about. All right, so this is the time I went to speech impediment class. Now, if you're in high school, or at least in my high school, to graduate, you need 80 hours of community service. And that is basically where you go and help someone out, and they sign a piece of paper and say how many hours you helped them out. And then you turn the paper in at school, and that's how you get your hours. And throughout my high school, I've helped out in different things. Like I've helped my tennis coach coaching. I've helped out at a hospital. I helped a nursing home. But my mom, she found this thing online, and when my mom roams around the internet, she finds just awful things. She'll find something, think it's the most amazing thing she ever found, and then it ends up being the most, like, for example, one time she found this cheaper cruise. Now, if you find a cruise to the Bahamas that is supposedly cheaper than anything like World Caribbean or the Disney cruise or whatever those are, it's probably going to be an old-ass sailboat where you go crab fishing for a week. It's not a cruise. But anyway, so my mom found this thing online about speech impediment class, and she signed me up to do like a week of community service. And I wasn't particularly happy going into this event, but the thing is that I had shared my opinion and my disclaimer that I don't want to go to this particular event, and it sort of got out to this girl. And this girl came to me, and she talked about how it was the greatest ever. Now, this girl was smoking hot, and the fact that she was talking to me got me turned on to me going to this event. And, she was really into this, I could tell. She's obviously been to this class more than once. She's volunteered many hours, and she was urging me to come and to try at least to have fun. Now, if there's a hot girl involved and she's begging me to come to this community service event, fuck yeah, I'm going. Yeah, there's not even a chance. And so what this class consists of is, how to put it nicely, it's kids that don't pronounce words, like kids that have a lisp and talk like this. They go to this class to sort of fix their speech, and they do different exercises, and the teacher there helps them out. And they kind of get different high school students to do the exercises with them so they don't feel as awkward. Now, I go to this class, and in the hallway right before the classroom, you hear this shrieking. Not necessarily screaming, but loud noises of different amplitudes just filling out the hall. And already I'm feeling like I'm about to go into a lion cage, and I'm about to enter a field that I don't want to go in. But I enter the room anyway. And now I see all these kids, half of them have braces. This was probably the worst group of kids to put in a classroom together in general. It was almost like releasing a whole bunch of cats, dogs, mice, and just different animals into a room and seeing how they would react to each other. And so they got me in the room, and the entire time I'm looking at the hot girl that's there and thinking this is all going to be worth it. And I get through the first day. The first day was like a 2-hour class of moaning and groaning of these kids. And the worst part of it is they had this teacher that would make them do these, like I said, these exercises to practice their pronunciation on different words and different sounds. So what she would make them do is do a monotone sound like s or and make them do it as loud as they can. Now, if you can imagine a whole bunch of little children screaming monotone sounds at the top of their lungs in one confined room, it's a torture chamber. It's awful, and I never wish it upon any of you. And they make you sit in these like little groups with the children, like with maybe 5 or 6 kids. That sounds awful. But they make you sit and help them do these exercises. So if you can imagine me, I was sitting there with, 5 little kids on a table and doing sex noises to help improve their speech. And so by the second day of this bullshit, I was fed up, and the second day I went in the classroom. I maybe, lasted like an hour of this entire awful thing, and the teacher came out to talk to me. Now, this teacher she was a bitch, okay? And she saw that I wasn't having a lot of fun in this entire thing, and she came out to ask me, like, why am I here? And I said, I blatantly said, I'm here to get my community service, and I'm out. And, that wasn't true, because I was here because of a hot girl. And so this teacher gets mad at my answer and starts yelling at me in this hallway. And I'm not gonna stand for that bullshit. Like, I don't know this lady. I've known her for 2 days, and she doesn't know me, so she doesn't have the right to speak to me like this. So I start yelling back. And I might have inadvertently yelled the word bitch out to her. And out comes this, pretty girl that I'm basically there for, and says, "Don't talk to my mom like that, you dick." Needless to say, I never went to that class ever again. After that, I felt like jumping out of the 6th-story window, and yeah, that's pretty much my story. On another note, a lot of guys have asked me to do more intellectual commentaries rather than the stories that I usually put out, and I'm up for that. I like doing those, but I don't necessarily have a topic. Now, I don't want this to be YouTube related, but if you would like to put a topic for me to discuss, put it in the comments section, and I'll probably do it. And whichever one gets the most thumbs up or something, I'll probably do. So there you go. Now, as far as community service stories go, I have one more pretty funny one, which was when I went to an old people home and helped out there. But if you guys would like to see that, give me 700 likes and I'll post that. So thanks guys for watching. I'll talk to you next time.